Hi everyone, I'm Anna, the archivist at the Franco American Collection. In this video, I'll give you a short tutorial about how to navigate USM's Digital Commons. You can reach the USM Digital Commons from the USM Library's website, or you can Google it. Digital Commons is a place for students and faculty from USM to share their research and projects. USM's Special Collections and Franco American Collection departments also use the Digital Commons to provide online access to digitized selections from our many collections of personal papers and archives. Today, I'm going to show you how to find digitized items in the Digital Commons. Once you're on the Digital Commons main page, you can select Franco American Collection and learn a little bit more about the sort of information that I have on the Franco American Collections website. So, what sort of information and collections will you find on the Digital Commons? You'll find digital objects and information about their creators, as well as finding aids, which describe the context of these items. On the Franco American Collections site, if you scroll down under Browse to Finding Aids, you can click on Finding Aids, and you can select a finding aid to learn a little bit more about the information that you can glean from looking at them. For example, today we're going to pick the Gloria Ann Perrier Collection Finding Aid. The most important section for you as a researcher is the box and folder list, all the way down at the bottom here. This section provides a detailed description of the contents of the collection to the folder level. Each finding aid is optimized for keyword searching using Control F. So I'm going to download this finding aid, and then I am going to Control F for metal. And as you can see, it does pick up wherever we have the word metal in this finding aid. So when you are looking at a particular finding aid or object and you'd like to go back to the main page, all you have to do is come up here to the top and click on Franco. That takes you right back to the Franco American Collections main page. And we're going to talk a little bit about how to search with keywords. When you search using keywords, it's important to keep in mind where you are in the Digital Commons. That influences what you can find. So right now, if you want to see results just from the Franco American Collection, you search for whatever your topic is. I've typed in snowshoe here within this collection. That means that you'll be searching within the Franco American Collection. If you'd like to see results from both the Franco American Collection and the special collections, you should search from the home page. So just click the back button to home and then search in this repository for snowshoe. And that will search all of the departments, including special collections and the Franco American Collection. You can also search within specific collections as well, which we'll talk about more in just a little bit. To search using keywords, you type your keyword into the box at the top left of the screen, and the keyword search will look for matches in title, author, subject, date, and format, rather than in similar keywords as a Google search would. So for example, here you can see all of the items that come up when I search for snowshoes. You will also notice that along the left-hand side there is a navigation bar displaying filters. So how do you use the search filters? The Digital Commons search filters are very similar to filters that you'll find when you're shopping online. You can use these filters to filter out information that you don't want, and to narrow down information that you do want. Here's an example. I searched for snowshoeing, and I received how many results? 43 results. On the left-hand side of the page, on the navigation bar with the filters, I can filter my results using discipline, keyword, publication year, publication, publication type, and file type. Let's say that I'd like to filter by keyword. For this example, I'm going to select the keyword Le Club Jacques Cartier. And when I click on that, I can see that there are 18 results related to the Jacques Cartier Club. To narrow my search down even further, I can select a year from publication years. I'm going to pick 1956. And here there is one item related to the club from 1956. So how did these filters relate to specific categories that are listed on each item's Digital Commons page? To examine this question, we're going to take a look at another snowshoe-related item from a different collection. So first we're going to scroll down to this alphabetical list and click Louis-Philippe Gagné. The Louis-Philippe Gagné papers page includes a brief description of the papers and a biography of Gagné and a link to the finding aid about his collection. For our item, we're going to look in correspondence. And we are going to select a letter related to snowshoeing. Okay, so all the way down on the bottom, you can see that we do have the PDF here. The PDF can also be downloaded here. For our item, the title can be found right up here with the date. And below that is the creator. So in this case, the creator of this letter is Raoul Charbonneau of the Union Canadienne de Racketeur, the Canadian Snowshoe Union. The creator in this case is the original writer of the letter. However, creator in archival terms can also refer to the collector of the items or the person who is the subject of the items that are collected. The description section here describes the object, a handwritten letter from Raoul Charbonneau, which gives us a little bit more background about what we might find in the letter. Next on the list is publication date, which helps us determine when or around when, if an item is undated, that the item was made, which can help us learn a little bit more about the context of the item. City, in this case Montreal, Canada, also helps us determine a little bit more context about this letter. The next section is keywords. Keywords can help us find items when searching on the Digital Commons. You will see that this is tagged under snowshoeing, racketeur, Louis-Philippe Gagné, Franco American Collection, University of Southern Maine. So these are the keywords attached to this specific item, and if you were to search any of those, this would come up. After that, if we scroll all the way down to the bottom, you can see that it is in French. Language is something pretty useful to know when you're examining the Franco American Collection as a non-French speaker. We have a lot of items in French and a lot in English. You can use the search filters that we discussed earlier to select for items in English or in French only. The other sections we see here, comments, recommended citation, and Creative Commons license, help the researcher, in this case you, learn more about the items terms and conditions to use the items in a research paper or publication, and how to properly cite the item in that paper. The most relevant categories here that overlap with the filters we discussed earlier are publication date and keywords. So, to head back to the collection's main page, we just follow the link that says Franco. On the main page, you can see a brief description of the collection, followed by a list of items that you can browse. So to sort of show you a little bit of how the browsing works, I am going to go back to the Louis-Philippe Gagné collection. And below the description and finding aid link, we have 10 separate sections listing the types of items within the Gagné collection. Similar to the box and folder list in the finding aid, these sections are designed to help you narrow down what you're looking for. They were chosen based on item format, such as letter or speech, but also by subject, such as snowshoeing or politics. You can browse the collection by selecting a specific category, which may have subcategories. For example, if you select correspondence, you will see that there are different subsections under correspondence specific to the years that they were written. You can also search within the Louis-Philippe Gagné papers using a keyword search on the Louis-Philippe Gagné page. This will help you find more specific information within the Gagné papers. However, it will not search outside of the Gagné papers. If you want to do that, as I mentioned before, you'll need to go to the Franco main page right here. You will also see that among the options on the drop-down, you'll find not only in this collection and in this repository, but you'll also see the option to search across all repositories. This will search through every instance of the Digital Commons from all contributing institutions. So this means you'll see entries related to your topic that are from all over the world. So if you want to do that, you'll find some really neat stuff, but you won't specifically be searching in USM's Digital Commons. So I hope this was useful. If you're having any trouble finding something, or you have questions about navigating the Digital Commons, or you want to learn more about what we have at the Franco American Collection, you can give us a call at 207-753-6545 or email us at anna.faherty@maine.edu. If you're looking for more information on special collections in Portland, you can give them a call at 207-780-4275, or you can email usm.specialcollections@maine.edu. Thank you.